Welcome to Stick at Night. I'm Hudson County Commissioner Anthony Romano, representing the great cities of Hoboken and Jersey City. Today with us, we have someone who's doing a lot of different things. His name is Knauss, and he's going to explain to you and me exactly what he does as one of the heads of the Meadowlands Chamber of Commerce. Michael, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Commissioner.
Okay, Mike, tell us about what you do. What's your exact title?
So it's interesting. My title is Advocacy and Membership Experience Team Leader. So I head up the Membership Experience team as well as the Advocacy. That encompasses everything from, member relations to, business development to public affairs. So it's a wide-ranging, variety of tasks.
Now, when you say the Meadowlands Chamber of Commerce, what does that encompass?
So the Meadowlands Chamber of Commerce is one of the largest chambers in the state. It encompasses over 1,200 members. And we are, if you look at a map, we're from the Statue of Liberty up to the George Washington Bridge out to the Passaic River. That geographic boundary changed. It used to be out to the Parkway, and now it's out all the way out to the Passaic River because we're encompassing so many members.
Now, you're located in Lyndhurst.
Correct.
What kind of interaction do you have with Hudson County?
So obviously, being in the Meadowlands, we have different, towns in Hudson County. We have, not Hoboken, we have Jersey City, Kearney, South Hackensack, I believe that's in Hudson County. And, we work with Mayor Fulop on a variety of issues. He was a part of our Mayor's Summit in 2021. Issues affecting Hudson County are also affecting Bergen County.
So it's basically, because South Hackensack is Bergen, so it would be Jersey City, Kearney, and?
I'm blank, Kearney, I'm blanking on, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, so, and then what do you do to work? Do you work at the Hudson County Chamber of Commerce, Maria Nieves?
We have a relationship with them. I mean, we obviously cover different regions, but if, ever need to pick up the phone and call her, I will. Okay,
so as far as myself, I represent Jersey City. What does your chamber do for the residents of my district?
So we are a business service organization, so if there's any, issue that's affecting any business, pretty much throughout the state, we're on it. So,
Give us an example.
Right now we're working on, I'm sure congestion pricing is really affecting you guys. We started the Fair Share Pricing Alliance back in 2021 with the New Jersey State Chamber and NJBIA that, we're pressuring, the folks over in New York to, let NJ Transit have some of that money because they're sitting on a stockpile and it's not helping anybody out in New Jersey.
Now, who's sitting on the stockpile?
MTA.
Really? Okay, now how did you get involved? How long have you been in your position? Did you grow up and go to school around here? What's your background?
So my background, actually, I come from a public service background. Back in, when I was in college, I went to the University of Delaware, started on student government. I worked my first year freshman, I was working in the New Jersey State Senate. After that, I went on to work for Lieutenant Governor King Guadagno on her campaign, unsuccessful campaign, and then we went on to the Port Authority. So I worked for the Port Authority my senior year of college. Obviously, everybody knows what happened in March of 2020, so I had to make a little bit of a pivot, career change, and here I am at the chamber.
Interesting. So you worked with the governor, lieutenant governor, and then you worked with the Port Authority, and the Port Authority is a many tentacles agency.
Many.
So now with those connections, I'm sure that helps you in the position you're in now, no?
Totally. So, if there's ever an issue that, I need to use one of my contacts, I'm more than happy to do it. We have issues all the time, whether it's, why am I not being MWB certified or, having an issue in Trenton. We're seeing that all the time. There's some couple of, issues going on down in Trenton right now, whether it's unemployment insurance or, some of the restrictions that are applied on some businesses. We're trying to lift those. So
we're into, in Hudson County, the MWB, work business entities, and, that's something that right now is ongoing,
yeah,
and it's very important to a lot of people.
Totally.
So what you were talking about, one of the reasons that we brought you on, about what you intend to do for Thanksgiving. This is very interesting, so please tell us.
Yeah, so I wear a lot of hats, obviously, as you can tell, and one of the hats I wear is I run the Construction and Business Services Committee for the Meadowlands Chamber, and in that committee we have a bunch of construction industry professionals and leaders. And back in 10 years ago, it's the 10th anniversary, 2012, Hurricane Sandy absolutely ravaged the region. I'm sure you know that in Jersey City, you know that in Hoboken. So we got together, we had a group of guys come together, and we had an idea, and that idea was to, we're going to feed people on Thanksgiving like it's a normal Thanksgiving, help them, forget about the tragedy that just occurred. So we gathered about 150 volunteers, got 300 turkeys, raised some money, and, we built baskets and then anonymously dropped them off at these folks' homes. So,
now, how do you determine what folks that you're going to bring these turkeys to? Obviously, for example, at Hoboken and Jersey City, we have the two shelters Are you working with them? And then Senator Stack does his massive turkey drive and provides. So how do you work that in so there isn't duplication of effort? And how does one, if they do need, get in touch with you?
Totally, it's a great question. So we work in the Sarah ShopRites to get the turkeys. Yep,
good man.
Great man. So we get about 300 each year, so we're working on that right now. I actually got the email this morning saying the ground's being processed, so fingers crossed we'll get those turkeys. I work with a bunch of different organizations, whether it's the Meadowlands YMCA, Center for Hope and Safety, Bergen Promise, a bunch of different organizations that they know the folks that are in need, and try to get them those turkeys. If anybody does know somebody that is in need of a turkey, please reach out to me. My email will be provided, I'm sure, in the description of this video. So please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. I'm just trying to feed as many people as possible.
When we come back from our commercial break, we'll continue this discussion with one of the heads of the Meadowlands Chamber of Commerce, Michael Knauss.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Jersey City Ford Certified Parts and Service, located at Route 440 and Communipaw Ave, is your #1 source for Ford and Lincoln automotive needs. We use certified Ford Motorcraft products to keep your Ford running in top shape. Motorcraft parts are backed with the Ford warranty, which includes a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee. Our team will have the right Motorcraft part to ensure the best performance from your Ford or Lincoln. You can order in person at the parts counter or online. Let us help keep your Ford or Lincoln in the best shape at Stevens Jersey City Ford.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Panapinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintodevelopment.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Welcome back to Stick at Night, and let's continue this discussion with Michael Knauss, who is doing a massive turkey giveaway with the Meadowlands Chamber of Commerce, which I'd like to understand with regards to the interaction here in Hudson County. You said Jersey City, and I think that it's important that you might have to also coordinate with Senator Stack's office.
Totally.
Justin Mercado, this way that you don't do a duplication of effort. I mean, he's strictly Hudson, because that's a senatorial district, and if you're going to do Bergen, I understand, but with the Hudson, especially make sure that everyone that needs a turkey gets one. The shelters, Jackie Cherubini in Hoboken, the St. Lucie shelter in Jersey City.
That's one of the recipients.
Oh, in Jersey City,
yes.
St. Lucie shelter. Well, that's good. Let the audience know about that. Go ahead, tell us what you're doing there.
Yeah, so not only do we, distribute turkeys and Thanksgiving meals to the, people in need, we also raise enough monies usually to give back after Thanksgiving. So, a lot of the time people think of food pantries they give during Thanksgiving times, and afterwards, they're low on supply, especially now with the supply chain issues. These food banks are facing a lot of issues. So the goal is to raise money, to give them money after Thanksgiving so they can replenish those, the shelves on the food.
Well, I'm going to give you, offline when we talk, I'm going to give you Jackie Cherubini at the Hoboken Shelter, Father Chris at the Father Michael Food Pantry, Tony Tamarazzo at the Hoboken Food Pantry. These are all people that are giving much to those that are in need, so it's good if you coordinate with them. And Senator Stack's office with Justin Mercado. I think that's the most important thing, is the connection, and again, the priorities to ensure that no one goes without food during the upcoming holiday season.
Nobody should go to bed hungry in the greatest
So now,
country on
who
earth.
could you tell us how many people are involved with the chamber as far as the executive board, or is there any political figures involved? How does that working there?
Yeah, so the chamber operates 4 different businesses. They operate obviously the Meadowlands Chamber of Commerce. We operate Meadowlands Media, Meadowlands 2040 Foundation, and Meadowlands Live Convention and Visitors Bureau. Meadowlands Live Convention and Visitors Bureau is our tourism. It's the state-registered destination marketing organization for the Meadowlands. So we're the guys that go out to trade shows, market the region, whether it's the stadium, American Dream, Liberty Science Center, all the other great things that the region has to offer. So that it serves as a tourism bureau. We help with RFPs and tour groups coming in. And then on the 2040 Foundation side, it's more of like an economic development think tank. We actually just had a meeting this morning. It's a very powerful board. Their work focuses on building a convention center in the Meadowlands. So on October 27th, we were releasing some data regarding a phase 2 study regarding the economics behind it.
Where would you put it?
Where the IZAD Center currently is.
Oh, okay. So that's the old hockey rink, correct?
Correct. The old Brennan Byrne Arena.
So that would be taken down?
Yes. And the goal is to build a convention center, a multi-use sporting, not sport complex, but the idea is to have youth, it's wrestling tournaments, basketball tournaments, obviously conventions, and the data's showing now that we could produce 250 to 300 event days a year. That would be a game changer for this
Now,
region.
is that in clash with the Prudential Center?
No, they're 2 totally different things. So the convention center would be similar to a Javits Center. And when we went back and did the first phase 1 study, we realized we retained a firm called Hudson Strategic Partners. They go around all over the country and they do these types of studies. And they came up with the conclusion that we are really underserved when it comes to convention center space. If you look at the numbers, we're totally last.
What, the state of New Jersey?
Even with the Javits Center, the New York metro region.
Really?
Yes.
So now, what do you work with the Jets and the Giants and the Dream?
Of course, we're partners with all 3. They're great. We're great friends on a variety of different issues. Whether American Dream, they obviously had some issues, where there was reopening, and then obviously the Giants and the Jets when they, their stadiums were empty and nobody was going to the games because of COVID. And we worked with them on a variety of different things. It's funny you say the Jets and the Giants because the Jets actually just won. They won our inaugural Meadowlands Cup, which was brought on by the 2040 Foundation. So
really,
not only are they a good football team, they're good golfers.
So you run golf tournaments too?
That's another hat I wear. Yes.
And the object is to say, for example, it's not holiday season. What do you do then?
Well, I do my day-to-day operation.
No, but I'm saying, like, as far as is it a year-round helping those in need, or is it just?
Great question. So last year I got in contact with a gentleman named Scott Weber. He's the regional president for a multi-nation corporation called Wine International USA. They are a distributor of food to the Middle East. And I met this gentleman, and we discussed the issues going on with the food banks currently. And by the next week, he gave us over 5,000 pounds of food.
Well, look what you have too going on between Florida, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic. All the damage and havoc that's occurred during the from the previous hurricane that just took place. They're in need. In
Totally.
fact, yeah.
Yeah. So we actually we've had multiple 53-foot trailers from the Community Food Bank of NJ come up and take food throughout the year. So it is obviously the main focus is Thanksgiving with the turkeys, but the food insecurity it's personal to me. So I try to make it a year-long thing, 100%.
Wow, that's really great. Well, I mean, Michael, we're here to work together with you. I think that when I give you those numbers of those people that are connected, it'll help you to understand what we do. And anything that we can do as a commission, our Hudson County Board of Commissioners, we always want to help those in need. With us today is Michael Knauss, the freeholder, or Commissioner, Anthony L. Romano.
Hi, I'm Joyce Waterman, your Jersey City Council President. Do you know there is a misconception about the Jersey City tax bill? As the Council President, I want it clear I'm only responsible for the city's budget. I have no authority over the Jersey City Public School budget, none whatsoever. The last couple of years, the taxes went up due to the increase in the Jersey City Board of Ed budget. It has nothing to do with Jersey City. We need to come together and begin to make the Board of Ed accountable. Not only are our taxes unnecessarily high because of the increase in the school budget, but the United States Department of Education has determined that the state of New Jersey underfunded our district. Yes, we are underfunded. We, as residents, need to come together and raise our voice and ask the Board of Ed to be accountable and also ask the state to be accountable. I'm Joyce Waterman, and now you know.
Paid for by Jersey City. Make it better.
Welcome to Stick at Night. I'm Hudson County Commissioner Anthony Romano, representing the great cities of Hoboken and Jersey City. Special guest today, someone who has his heart and soul in Hudson County, especially in Hoboken, Jersey City area. He's done so much for the youth. He's done so much for many people. A dear friend of many years, a great trainer, Edgar Butch Sanchez. Welcome, partner.
Thank you, Captain.
How's everything with you?
I feel good. I'm blessed to be here. And
give us a little history about you, what all you've been doing over the years. Starting your father, too.
Well, I grew up in Hoboken in the early 70s, and my stepdad, who owned the cashier and stuff on Broomfield, we had the store.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
He put us in boxing. And as the years went on, I was blessed to be able to train world-class fighters. And
give us an example. Tell our audience who you trained.
Well, I had Andrew Six-Head Lewis, who was the welterweight champ. I had Hector Sanchez, who beat Tracy Patterson for the world title, Floyd Patterson's son. I had Babies Mendoza, Carlos Tamara. We won the world title in the Philippines. Just countless of world contenders and stuff. Just blessed. I've had 8 world champions, and I just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, which my ceremony's next month. I hope you make it.
Well, you or Benny got to let me know when, where, and what time.
At the Venetian, a beautiful place in Garfield.
Sure, I was just there the other night.
6:30 on Thursday, November 10th. Benny will have some extra tickets.
Good.
The Hoboken Police Department bought a table.
Yes, I want to buy a ticket.
Yeah, so it'll be I sold over 100 tickets. The Hoboken Police Department, Captain Gino Jacobelli, and all them guys that were a good friend of mine, they're all going. So
I'll be there.
I hope to see you there.
We just honored Butch. He was honored both at the Hoboken City Hall, at the Hudson County Board of Commissioners, for all the service that he's done to the community. Tell us how you feel that it helps the youth of our community, the boxing. Like years ago, it's always different ethnic groups that get into the boxing. So, for example, now,
I think it's a way for a lot of the young kids who have a lot of anger to channel it into boxing, and then they realize that you're not the toughest guy in the world. So a lot of it is discipline. It shows them a lot of discipline, and it's always been a way to take the youth out of the tough streets usually. So there's not that many gyms around anymore. There's a few in Patterson and stuff like that, but we had Mile Square Gym. We had Hoboken Gym on Washington with Al Cerdo,
right, yeah,
and them guys that I go back to them because I started real young. You know?
Well, it is true. How does the new boxing that everybody's the mix where they kick and they punch?
Yeah, the MMA.
How does that affect regular boxing? Has been more of a draw to that? It's a different fan base. Different.
Yeah, we have us boxers make a lot more money than MMA fighters, unfortunately. But we have a different fan base. The people who like boxing don't really like MMA.
There's a lot of the youth go which direction, for the boxing or the MMA?
I boxing because it's straight up first before you learn how to grapple and kick and stuff like that. So boxing is first. And
well, there's a famous MMA fighter, I think, that has a gym in Hoboken on 720 Monroe Street. I remember when I met him a couple years ago. He just lost a fight about a year ago on TV.
Well, from that Club KO maybe, that gym stick?
I'm not sure. He might have had his own. But
I don't know.
Is there anybody up and coming from the Hoboken, Jersey City, Hudson County area right now?
I have a kid who lived in North Bergen, a kid Julian Rodriguez, Hammerhands. He now lives in Hasbrook Heights, but that kid is going to be world champ.
Well, there's also the girl fighter from Jersey City.
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes girl. She's unbelievable.
She's tough. Yeah, she just fought at the American Dream.
Did she win?
I'm not sure she won, but she was like 3-0, 4-0.
And she's amazing because she not only is a good boxer, She teaches and mentors young kids. She
Yeah.
does a great job. She has a college degree and a master's degree, and she's just a wonderful person. And it's
Yeah, I know her. She's a very nice girl. She's asked me for a lot of advice and stuff because she knew that
she came on the show. We had her on the show.
Oh, you had her?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She's a real nice girl, but she's real humble and she wants to learn. I told her, listen, the key to this is you don't know everything. You're always learning. Even me, I've been in boxing almost 40 years. I'm still learning, and I still learn. Even though I'm almost retired, because I got sick with my kidneys and stuff like that. So I used to travel the world. Now it's kind of hard because you need treatment and stuff.
Yeah, for those out there in the audience, if you don't mind me sharing, you're on the list to receive a kidney. Correct?
Yeah, I'm on the transplant list.
So you're in our prayers there, and we hope you get one as soon as possible, so we get you back up on your feet. Who are you training right now?
I have Julian Rodriguez, Hammerhands, and I'm still involved with Ugas, the Cuban that beat Manny Pacquiao last year. And
That's right. Remember that? That was a big
that was
thing.
a huge fight. We retired Manny Pacquiao. So with that win, put Ugas on the map, and he made a little bit of change. So, now we might be fighting Keith Thurman, which is another big fight.
Is there any training places left in Hoboken or Jersey City?
We do our training in Vegas.
Really?
We're in Vegas.
When we come back with Stick at Night, let's continue this interesting discussion with someone who's been in the boxing business many years, my buddy Butch.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want. Welcome
back to Stick at Night, and with our buddy Butch. Okay, we're talking off break. I didn't know our producer Pat Amelia there was involved with some friends of yours, and my dad, as you said. That's how my father got that nickname.
Rocky?
In the Navy boxing. Yeah.
Rocky he looked like a stallion. I remember him as a little kid. He looked like a stallion, Rock.
Yeah, how things have changed, how times have changed, but you've given so much to the community. And how do young boys or even girls, how do they get involved with you? Is there a fee for you to train them? The equipment? How do you do that, Butch?
Well, now, remember, with the real estate being as expensive as it is, there's not that many gyms anymore. But Jersey City, Mosquito, Jersey City Rec runs a gym over by Persian Field that I think it's free for the kids, for the youth. I personally, I went on, as years went on, and then I started training pro fighters.
Right.
I put my time in.
Right.
And now I was
So now if
blessed.
somebody come up to you, a young boy named Benny come up to you and says he wants to learn how to box. Where would you refer him
I
to?
would send them to Mosquito, Jersey City Rec, because again, most of the people that approach me are low-income people. So that gym in Jersey City, I believe they train the kids for free. It's a recreation, Jersey City Rec. But there's not many gyms. When I was growing up, there was.
There's a lot of gyms.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Jersey City Rec, what you call the Boys and Girls Club and all that
As
stuff.
I said to you, we set it up upstairs at 304 10th. They had the ring up there.
That was, what year was that?
Yeah, you're talking in the 70s. Early 70s.
But the times have changed, but there's still, a few places. Jersey City, Mosquito runs a good place there for the youth. They do it around the corner from the School of the Blind.
Mm-hmm. On St. Joe's.
Yeah, Jersey City gives him a place there. The school, actually.
Is there a demand? Do a lot of young boys or girls want to get into boxing? Is it like it was?
Yeah. It still has a lot of interest. Even in girls, like he has to break up the classes. I went there a few times to talk to the kids. He's introduced me, oh, world-class trainer, Mike Tyson, blah, blah. And I've talked to the kids, and he's got a lot of girls, a lot of young girls.
Wow, that's
too.
interesting. The girls want to box too.
Girls want to box too.
Is
Girls do what boys do nowadays.
Is there a fighting policy for involving the girls as far as do they have different weights? Is it out there that they can make money, or is it?
Well, you know what, Stick. The main problem here is that the TVs don't buy into women fighting for some reason. So it's never really gotten. Layla Ali, a few of those.
Right.
Were the ones that made it. Lucia Riker and them, but it hasn't been a market with TV. TV really doesn't buy into.
Now you just
boxing.
mentioned Mike Tyson. You trained Mike Tyson?
No, not trained, but Mario Acosta. You know Mario. Mario's
Right.
a good friend of mine, and anytime Mike has been in town, he would always call me, and we would chit chat with him over at ringside. He has a pigeon coop there, 2,000 pigeons.
Who's the best fighter that you were associated with?
Right now it has to be Ugas. Ugas made the most money so far. But I've had Andrew Sixhead Lewis was a great welterweight, the first Guyanese welterweight champion of the world was my guy.
Now, didn't Ziggy downtown have a fighter too? He was a heavyweight champion, wasn't he, or a contender?
Andrew Galata.
Now, did he ever win the belt?
No, but he's the one that Al Cerdo was forcing him with the mouthpiece.
Yes,
that famous.
that's right.
Al had choice of words all the time.
Yeah, Al Cerdo was a Hudson County boxing legend.
I was my boy.
As you are now. You're a piece of history of Hudson County, and you should never be forgotten for all the good work that you have done and your family. Many of us are close to you. We look up to you. We respect you.
Well, I've always respected you because when I was growing up, you were the police officer in town, and you would chase us from the corner sometimes and stuff like that. But always had a lot of respect for you and your dad. I don't know if you remember, but I remember your dad vividly because he stood big. He was a guy that stood big, his chest sticking out. He reminded me of like a stallion, like a tough guy.
Well, he loved the boxing. He was a big fan of Rocky Marciano, Rocky Graziano. My mother always told me that he dragged my mother to more fights at the Garden because it was constant. There was always
Rocky.
a card every week back in the day.
Yeah, there was fights all over, the closed circuit and going way back. I was a kid when that was going on, so I love boxing. I grew up in boxing, Stick. That's all me and my brothers did.
Are you open and available to lecture the youth?
That I would still do.
Like an ambassador, not only for boxing, but for keeping with all the stuff that's going on the streets, the violence that is out there.
Yeah, I'm open to it. Let's do it. Let's go. We talk to the kids, and I think if we can get one in the right direction, I always say you hit a home run, because I come from a product of welfare. 161 North Street. I lived right up the block from the police station. Yeah. When you guys were doing your work, and again, I always admired you because I admired cops. So, and I know you got to the rank of captain. You almost ran the police
It's like
department.
you said, both my grandmothers and my aunt were in the housing authority, as we call them, the PJs affectionately. Okay, we're going to get, again, someday to get Butchie back on the show. Take care, good night, and thank you.
Thank you.